everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have this look right here for you. It's like a goldy, greeny, bronzy, metallic eye. There's a lot going on in it, but it does look a lot wearable. Like, it doesn't look really intense or anything like that. And it is using the I Heart Revolution 24 karat gold palette, which is absolutely gorgeous and maybe a sneaky dupe for the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. So if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then please carry on watching and I'll show you how. Before you do, please hit the subscribe button down below. I'm pointing upwards so I can show you what it looked like. It would mean what it looked like, what it looks like. That would mean the absolute world. But yeah, if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look, then please carry on watching and I shall show you how. The first shadow I'll be going in with is this one right here, which is called Stone, and I'll be taking this on my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. So I'm just going to go into the shadow and then tap off the excess. These shadows do have a little bit of kickback. So I'm just applying this to the crease of my eye in a little blending motions, but applying quite light pressure as well, as this is more just for a transition colour. This palette smells so good. Do you know what? Like, I've just had a thought. If we could eat makeup, there was like a zombie apocalypse, and I would be sorted because I've got a whole drawer full of palettes behind me. So I would be set. So there's a zombie apocalypse and it turns out you can eat makeup, then come on over. So I'm just applying this to the other eye as well. It is taking a little bit of time to build up the colour, but it is very soft, so that's fine. I'm just more used to like really pigmented shadows. Then I'm going to go into this dark brown shade right here, which is called Crown, and I'm going to blend this into the crease of my eye, focusing on the outer corner using the fluffy brush that comes with the Anastasia palettes. So again, I'm just going into the shadow. This brush is quite a dense blending brush, but it is picking up like a lot of fallout. So I'm just going to apply this to the outer corner of my eye first of all, then just wiggling it back and forth. Okay, because it's looking a little bit messy, I'm going to take the Sigma brush with that Stone shade and just blend it out a little bit. That's definitely helping to kind of make it look a little bit more blended and less patchy. I think I'm going to build up the colour of the brown a little bit more. It's really packing it on that outer corner section. Then I'm going to go into this dark black shade here. When I swatched it, it has a little bit of a green tint to it, which is fine because I'm actually applying a green on the outer corner of the eye. So to apply that, I'm using this tiny little blending brush from Real Techniques. It's called their Essential Crease Brush. I think this is from the starter kit, but I wanted something quite small to kind of work it into the outer corner. So I'm just going into, whoa, that has a lot of kickback. I don't know if you can see that. Like, that's never really been an issue for me, as I mentioned the Anastasia palette reviews, but like, that's a lot. So if you're doing this over like a white rug, don't. But I'm hoping that the shadow will be really good. So I'm just going to apply that in kind of the outer third of the eye, using packing motions and then just blending it in. I haven't really worked with black eyeshadow for a very long time. I used to use it in like every tutorial, like on the outer corner. I used to rock a black smoky eye all the time when I was younger to like parties and stuff. Like, I didn't just go in with a champagne eyeshadow. I went full in with a black smoky eye when I was like 14, 15, and that was my vibe. I used to cream contour with the Crown brush palette before cream contouring was big. Like, I don't want to be like, oh my god, I started it. Like, I started contouring before it was cool, but I did. Like, I literally used like a Crown brush palette, and there's a video, I think it's one of my most watched videos from like years and years ago. I think I was like 16 or 17 in the video, and it's called like Get Ready With Me Party Time, and I cream contoured with a Crown brush palette. Granted, it's a lot of cream contour, but I remember doing it and people being like, what are you doing? And now it's like the norm to do it in videos. I find it really funny. There you go, there's a little backstory while I blend this eyeshadow. It's quite hard to blend, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it does look very pigmented, and I built it up way more on this side than this side. Whoops. Too busy talking about old videos and contouring to notice how high my eyeshadow was going. I kind of regret applying the black, but we're gonna attempt to blend it out with a little bit of that brown shade. I'm going to start with this side right here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Giving it a good old blend. Then I'm going to go back in with that stone colour from earlier just to kind of mute things down a little bit. I think this will look really nice once I've applied all of the shadows. At the moment it looks a little bit messy. So for the lid colours, I want to use quite a few just to kind of see how they work. So I'm going to be using this one right here, which is called Bling, right on the inner corner. Then going into this bronzy shade, which I swatched earlier, and it looks beautiful. And this is called Stun. Yeah, Stun. And then, just to mix things up a little bit, I'm going to apply some green to the outer corner. This green is gorgeous. And this one is called Glacier. I can't pronounce that word. Glacier, there you go. I'm going to apply that to the outer corner as well. Now I'm trying not to cheat so much by testing this palette out because I'm not going to apply a cream coloured base to the lid, which I usually would. I'm going to see how the eyeshadows act on their own. So I'm going to start by taking a flat shader brush. This is from an old Urban Decay electric palette. Just going to spray it with primer water. I think this is a fair test because I do this with every single eyeshadow that I apply to the lid to intensify it. So I'm going to go in with that shade Bling right on the inner corner, packing a fair bit onto my brush. So I'm just going to apply this to the inner section of my eye. I definitely wish I applied a cream base. Okay, I'm going to apply a cream base. I can't do it without one. I'm sorry, I just can't. Even how good the eyeshadows are, you just can't beat applying cream base. So I'm going to take the Tarte Smoky Shadow Stick in the shade Rose Gold and quickly apply this over the area that we'll be applying the eyeshadow on, just to act as a base for those shadows. I'll obviously be finishing up on this side afterwards as well. So I'm just going back in with that shimmery Bling colour on the inner third of the eye, just really packing on that colour. Oh, that looks so much better since I applied a sticky base. So much better. Sticky base, creamy biscuit base. If anyone knows a reference I'm going on, comment down below what I'm talking about and I will love you. Oh, that looks so nice. Now I've applied the base. Lovely. Then I'm going in with that bronzy shade, which is called Stun, just to the centre section of the lid for kind of like a interesting gradient ombre effect. That looks so pretty. I love this shade Stun. That's nice. That's nice. Then I'm going to go in with that green, which is called Glacier. Glacier? I really can't pronounce that word, but I'm applying that to the outer section. Oh, that does look pretty. Definitely not like a summery makeup tutorial, but it's okay. You can do whatever you want to do. That looks so nice. I'm going to go back in with the colours just to kind of blend them together and intensify them. So back over with that bronze shade, then back over with the Bling shade, and then I'm gonna tap very gently into the black and just kind of blend out this outer corner where it's kind of gone over the top of the black a little bit. That does look very pretty, I'll have to admit. See what I mean? It looked really messy, then I applied all of the shadows, blended it out, and it looks lovely and smoky. I'm just going to blend it out with a dark brown, and then I'm going to go over the top of it with that stone colour. Okay, so I finished the other eye of eyeshadow, and I have to say I'm actually really impressed by the shimmer shadows. The matte ones were quite difficult to blend, but once you kind of have some perseverance, they do look very nice, and the shimmers are gorgeous. I really love the gold to green. I think that looks so nice. Now I decided I'm going to apply a winged liner, so I'm just shaking up my liquid pen eyeliner from Sigma in the shade Wicked. And I'm just going to apply this as close to the lash line as possible. And then I'm going to go for a wing, so I'm just going to follow it upward towards the tail of the brow and then pull downward towards the lid and then fill in that triangle. Also helps just to pull the skin taut a little bit. to create a really sharp line. So I had a little bit of a liquid eyeliner disaster. I went to touch it up and just made it really thick, but we're rolling with it. This one looks really good. This one looks a bit meh, but that's what happens. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So we're gonna fix it. Just going to touch it up using this metallic liquid luster liner in the shade Liquid Gold from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to apply this to the inner rim of my eye just for something, just to add a little something. Ooh, blink, 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 blink. Okay, and then I'm also going to smudge it a little bit under my lower lash line as well. I actually want to apply a different colour on the lower lash line just to test it out. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is called, what are you called? You are called Rock. I love the look of this shade. This is my kind of shade. It's like that coppery, burgundy, beautiful shade. So I'm going to take this on a teeny little synthetic brush and then just go over that liner on the lower lash line to smudge it out. Sometimes it is fun just to play with colours that aren't matchy-matchy. A lot of my looks are matchy-matchy, so I try to change it up every now and then. I'm just going to pat this on at first just so it doesn't get all into my eye, up in my space, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Then I'm going to go back into that Storm shade and just blend it out a little bit just to soften it up. I want to apply some highlight to my brow bone, so I'm going in with a Revolution highlight palette. I'm going to take this middle shade right here from the palette. You can see it. I'm taking this one right here. It's like the peachy pearl kind of colour, and I'm going to apply this to a pencil brush, tap off the excess, and then apply that to my brow bone. Then I'll go in with that Storm shade / like the Sigma brush and then just blend the highlight into the rest of the eye makeup. Moving on to the rest of the eye. Flung my eyelash curler across the room. So going back into my eyes, I'm going to curl my lashes with the Primark eyelash curler. I highly recommend this. I was using my Avon one for years and this one is so much better and it's only £1.50, plus it's pretty. Mascara. I'm going to go in with the Sigma Sinuosity Lash Mascara. I've been really busy and productive this morning and I suddenly feel very hyper, which is a good thing. Yes, it is. So I'm going to apply this mascara to my lashes. And I just got it on my lid, but I can fix it, it's okay. This is just going to act as a base for the lashes. Now I'll be applying some lashes. These are the Eldora H125 lashes. They're very similar to Ardell Demi Wispies. I've popped some House of Lashes eyelash glue to them. I'm going to pop them on. I rarely put lashes on camera, but I feel like I let you down if I don't put it in the video. So there we go. So I'm just going to look down into my mirror and then with the middle of the tweezer I'm going to look down and pop them into the middle of the lash line, let it sit for a second, and then I'm going to take my finger and just tuck into the outer corner, and then I'm also going to take my finger and then just tuck into the inner corner as well, just fixing them into place with my tweezer. Really want to make sure that inner corner is stuck down. There's nothing worse than having eyelashes on from a certain angle, they look fine, then you look down, they're just like pinging off. It's not a good look. So you want to make sure they're really stuck down, even if you have to reapply some lash glue to the inner and the outer corner, just make sure it's stuck down properly. A really good tip is to take the back of the tweezer and then just kind of push it into your lash line. Then I actually take the tweezers, be really careful when you do this, and then just pinch your natural lashes with the falsies and they will really stay in place, I promise you. Now let's move on to my face. So I'm going to start off with my Primark Primer Water. Look how far gone of this stuff I am. I love it so much. I'm just going to spray it on. And then I'm also going to spray it with a little bit of the Vitamin E Hydrating Mist as well. just because my skin could do with the moisture today. I did a face mask yesterday and I forgot to put moisturiser on, so my skin's a little bit dry. So just going to fan that dry. Then to prime, I'm going to take the Revolution baking oil because I'm using the Revolution eyeshadows. I kind of want to use a few of their products and I really do enjoy this baking oil. It's a really good primer, definitely if you want to add some hydration to your skin. So I'm just going to massage this in to my hands and then massage it into my skin, just flicking my hair out the way, massaging that all over the face. For foundation, I'll be taking the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 120. I really need to go buy some more foundations. I do. But anyway, I'm just going to squeeze this out and apply it to my face and then just blend it into the skin using dabbing motions with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm just going to whiz past this because you've probably seen it in every video. If you haven't, my full coverage foundation routine will be linked in the description box below. For cream contour slash bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Caramel Contour Concealer Stick kind of thing from Primark. As you can see, this is obviously darker than my skin tone, but it's not so dark. It's more just going to add a bronze. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a lighter contour, sometimes I'm in the mood for a darker one. But I'm just taking this under my cheekbones, around my temples and the sides of my forehead, under my jaw, a little bit under my lip, and down the sides of my nose. Then to blend it out, I'm going to take the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. To conceal, I'm going in with my Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Concealer in the shade Light. I had to take that like 3 times to say it right, but I'm going to conceal my chin, above my lip, in the middle of my brow where that spot is hiding, and then in the middle of my forehead just to brighten the area up. Also going to apply it under my eyes, down the centre of my nose. Then I'm going to blend it in using my Real Techniques sponge. I'm going to spray it a little bit with the hydrating mist, just because I fancy it. I don't know why. Oh, that feels very nice. I might do that more often. Yes. Moving on to cream highlight, I'm going to go in with the Primark Champagne Strobing Highlighter Cream. I'm just going to apply a teeny bit of this to the tops of my cheekbones because I'm applying some highlight and I want it to look really intense. I'm just going to blend that in with the warmth of my fingertips, like so, just until it kind of disappears into the foundation almost. But we know it's there to add the highlight on top of. Should I go in this one? I've got 2 highlighter options. I want to go in with this rose gold one, but I feel like it will look a bit odd on my skin and just look like a line. So I'm going to take the Revolution highlight palette. I'm going to go in with a mixture of these 2 shades right here. I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of the hydrating mist. By little I mean a lot. And then I'm just going to kind of go like that on the back of my arm just to kind of get rid of like the soaking wetness, just to make it damp. So I'm going to go in with a mixture of these 2 powders. Then I'm going to press them. Yeah, that looks so pretty. This is the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush. That highlight looks so pretty. Apply a little bit to the tip of my nose and above my lip as well, just for good measure. And then I'm also going to apply the 2 shades just above like the eyebrow section where it naturally hits the light. I think this looks so pretty. Then I'm going to set the rest of the face. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Transparent. Taking this on my Primark powder brush and then just tapping this into the skin to set it in place, avoiding directly on top of that highlight. Next we're going on to contour, so I'll be taking the shade Ginger from the Nip and Fab contour brush on my Real Techniques contour brush, tapping off the excess, and then applying this under my cheekbone and bringing it up onto the temples, exactly where we put that cream contour shade. And then on the top of the forehead as well, and then under my jawline, and a little bit just down the sides of my nose just to kind of warm up the face a bit, and under my lip. Then to bronze, I'll be taking the Miss Lynn bronzer in the shade Barbados Babe. I'm really struggling with my words today. as per usual, but I'm just going to bronze up my face, and this is the Sigma F25 tapered face brush. I'm just going to bronze up the skin, bringing it down onto the neck and chest as well, especially where my fake tan has come off. I'm going to fake tan tonight though. Very excited to finally be able to match my foundations, well, at least for a few days anyway. The thing is, I always buy foundations that are a little bit darker to kind of like pump me up to fake tan, which is a bit silly really, but hey ho. Then I'll be going in with the NYX Baked Blush in the shade Chiffon for Chivon. This is a blush brush from Primark. I think Primark's brushes are really, really nice. Well, the ones I've tried anyway. Just going to apply that lightly to the apples of my cheeks and then bringing upward. Then I'm going to set all of this into place using the Revolution Pro Fix Makeup Fixing Spray. Give it a good old shake and spray this on. And then take my trusty old mirror and give that a good fan. I just hit myself in the nose. That is not part of the tutorial. Please don't hit yourself in the nose. I'm really clumsy today. Does anyone else get like this? Just one of those days where they're extra clumsy, because I do. Pretty much every day. Just while the face is still a bit tacky, I'm going to go back in with the highlight palette and take the lighter shade and then just go over right at the high point of the highlighter, just to add some extra gleam to the skin. Then I'm just going to run some brow gel through my brows. This is just going to set the hairs into place so they don't move around, and also it's going to help to get rid of any kind of powder residue that's gone into the brows since doing my face makeup. For lips, I'm going in with a MAC lip liner in the shade Well, so I'm just going to apply this around my lip line. And then for lipstick, I'm going in with this Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in the shade Illusion. So I'm just going to apply this to my lips. I really, really like the feel of this liquid lipstick. It was very velvety. Oh my god, that's my dog snoring. I always forget to put lower lash mascara on until I finish my makeup, and I'm like, oh my god, that's what's missing. So I'm just going to quickly pop some mascara on my lower lashes. So this is the finished makeup look using the I Heart Revolution 24 Karat Gold palette. I am also doing a full review on this palette, so please be sure to check out my blog. It is www.shivsblog.com. Yeah, I really like this makeup look. I like the way the highlight ties together with the gold, and then the pink ties together with this, and it just looks really, really nice. This is the kind of look that I would rock on like a daily basis. Like, obviously if I was feeling a bit more extra and had time to do my makeup, but I really, really like this. I have lipstick on my teeth. There we go. Lipstick is gone from the teeth, but yeah, this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial slash kind of review, first impressions kind of video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really, really appreciate it. Leave a comment below letting me know if you tried the palette or anything else from Makeup Revolution makeup even, that you'd like me to try out, or you think that I should try out just for myself anyway. And please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean the absolute world, it really does. If you are already subscribed, I love you, and I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. On the computer, and this is what I've come up with. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you've done one of these videos, definitely leave a comment below and I'll go and watch yours.